It's TR back. Been away for a little bit. Took a little vacation down to Florida. Went to the beach. 100 degrees down there. Loving it. 42 here. Where the hell is here? I know. Why am I here? Supposed to hit 60 today. Let's hope. Fingers crossed. Anyways, look what I got. Ain't that a beauty? This is a PRS SE. What's it called? Paul's guitar. Guess it's the one Paul Reed Smith likes. It's not mine. Friend Justin bought it, setting it up for him. It was a demo model, which means somebody probably had it and returned it after they jacked it up. So he got a good discount on it. It wasn't jacked up too bad. I guess there was some scuffs. And there was something back here, and he buffed it out with some of the scratch remover car polish stuff, like I told him would work, and it did. And there was a crack in the knob. So he ordered some new knobs for me to put on, and I put these knobs on, and he's like, oh, I didn't realize they're not the same knobs. They're PRS knobs, but they look different. And I looked the guitar up online at Sweetwater, and the one they show now has these knobs on it. So that was a happy accident, right? It's a nice guitar. It's a lot like my PRS I have, with some upgrades. It's got this beautiful flame maple veneer. Although, I'll apologize right now to anybody that believes in tone wood or anything. I don't. But PRS, he certainly does. At least he sells it. And they're cork sniffer guitars for that reason. So there is a very, very considerably thick maple cap on this thing with the veneer applied over the maple cap. Epiphone will do the same thing, by the way, where you get the people that believe in the tone wood. Well, it's just a veneer, so it's going to sound different than the Gibson. It's like, well, it's a veneer over top of a maple cap. They still, a lot of them have maple caps on them. It's just plain maple. So like my one of my Epiphones I have, for example, has a plain maple top. Well, it's not a veneer. It's just the top. It's got the maple top, and there's no veneer, and that's it. You're not going to put a veneer of plain maple on a guitar. Why would you do that? But then again, that sounds retarded in a lot of people that do guitar stuff. Well, I'm not going to go there today anymore. So, what is this? This is cool is what this is. It's 22 fret guitar. There's 12, 15, 17, 19, 21, 22. Mine, similar to it, is 24. I say similar to it. Mine's got the same shape body and the same control layout. So special appointments. This is looks like a multi-piece neck, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces because there's a wing on the headstock on this side. But basically the next 3-piece butcher block. So piece down the middle, 2 sides. And that does make them more stable and strong. At first I thought this was a thinner neck than mine. When Justin brought it to me, the string action was really jacked. It was super high. Way too much relief in the neck, and the strings were a mile up. I'm thinking somebody bought this and returned it after they jacked it up trying to make it play and didn't know what they were doing. I could be wrong. It's a demo. Sweetwater calls any of their open box things demos. It's not like it got sent around for people to test out, I don't think. I think it was one somebody returned. But in either case, I find it hard to believe it was set up this bad originally. He did get a decent discount, by the way. So that's the neck. The inlays are abalone instead of the pearloid, so they're very pretty. It's got vintage style tuning machines. He was a little disappointed because these knobs feel plasticky, and I've had a lot of people tell me that oh well, I would have rather had, it's like, yeah, well, Gibson uses these knobs, and that's why people are using them still on guitars. They're not cheap. You might think they look cheap, but I mean, I got how many Les Pauls that have those knobs on them. Actually, every one of my Gibsons is just coincidence, not that I chose. None of my Gibsons have Grovers on them. They've all got the either Kluson or Gibson Deluxe, which they're the same thing. It just depends on the year what they decided to have stamped in the back. Let's get back to this guitar. These are some special pickups. Didn't bring my iPad with me to look it up, but they are special pickups. I'll flash on the screen what they're supposed to be. The pickup rings are cool. They've got like a slope going up to them. So that's a nice touch. Wraparound bridge, it has the brass posts because, as I said, Paul Reed Smith is a definite cork sniffer. So this brass post is going to impart some magic tone to this guitar that, you know, a steel post wouldn't. And there are brass inserts in the bridge because, you know, Lord knows you need the brass in there too to impart that through to the strings. How the steel in between these two brass components affects it, I don't know. Let's sniff some more corks. Toggle switch is nice. I didn't open this one up, but I know from opening mine up, it's the Switchcraft style, the kind I like. They do move a little stiffer than a real Switchcraft, which is fine. I'm sure they break in with use. It's just like the one in mine. Volume and tone, if I open them up, they'll be full-size pots. These two little mini toggles here for the coil splitting, which is nice. Hold on a second, I'll demonstrate. We'll try and get you a clean sound. So here's the bridge with full humbucker. And if I split them, you get the little thinner, brighter. Hear that? And then we can go to the neck and do the same thing, full. A little thinner, a little brighter. Or we get the full. The middle position gives you the option of alternating what ones are split, both split, both not split. So it gives you a lot of sounds. So anyways, you know, you can fiddle with that, get that to where you like it. I'm liking these pickups. I'm not really sure what's different about them. I would have to read more into it, but apparently they're designed specially so that when you split the coils, they sound like single coils. I don't know. People will say no split coil ever sounds like a two single coil. That may be the case. Just like no railed humbucker is going to sound like a full-sized humbucker. It's physics. Obviously, it's a set neck, mahogany. It looks really, really pretty with the natural finish on that. And it's absolutely beautiful to look at. What I was going to say, on the neck. I originally thought that this neck was thinner than my PRS necks. But now that I've set it all up and get the action down, it's actually meatier. It's around like a 50s Les Paul kind of feel to me. I know Paul Reed Smith has different necks. So my necks are the wide, thin ones. This is very round. So I would say it's the same width, but it just feels more robust in your hand. It's nice. I like it. I mean, I wouldn't mind it. I'll tell you that. I'm just gonna hit some crunch again. Let you hear some more crunch. Want to hear some crunch? Sure. Let's hear some crunch. obviously the neck, right? And always, you split coils with gain, you don't hear as much of a difference as you do clean. Maybe a little more definition, you know, but I think where the splits shine is when you're playing your clean tones. You can really change the way it sounds. So that's this. It's cool. They're like $1,050. He got a substantial discount. He thinks he paid around $9 or somewhere for it. He's not even sure. But anyways, I got the string action down where it needs to be. I got the neck straightened out. Set the intonation, which you do with these little grub screws in here in these type of bridges. You get your high and low where they need to be and hope the rest fall in, which they do. It is a quality wraparound bridge. And yeah, if you want to see mine, I'll show you mine. Hold on a sec. Okay, so this one's mine. This is a little more basic model. This is the standard. You can see the big difference is this has a the trim. The electronics are essentially the same. The knobs that are on this are a little less fancy and more plain, and these are the ones that actually came on that guitar, but according to the website, it should have had the ones he bought, so I don't know. Your mileage may vary. Just the regular Perloid birds. My tuners are locking. That's an aftermarket upgrade, but this came with the modern tuners on it. Pickups are different. To my ear, I'm probably not going to hear the difference, but I don't have the magic brass on the bridge or anything in this. Although it does have the magic brass on the tuners, and that's another thing that Paul Reed Smith said, you know, that, well, the tuners being made a certain way will change the sound of the guitar. Yeah, sure. I think this sounds good. Like I said, I'm not sure why I don't play it more than I do. It feels and plays great. And it does all the tricks and stuff that one does. And the point wasn't to show you this one, it was to show you Justin's guitar. But just, you know, the similarity. So the difference, $1,049 and maybe, well, they used to be $729. They probably are more now with the tariffs and everything. I've just been watching things go up. It's good though, because it keeps me from buying stuff. I keep thinking I want to buy something and it's like, well, that's $50 more than it was last month. I'm not buying that, so that helps. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed looking at these, and you guys have a good day.